Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 14 of What If Naruto was disowned by everyone. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in social media platform, and also stay in tune because I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Learned the Clone Secret in the beginning. So stay tuned for that, and I do hope that you guys enjoy. And I'm also going to be posting a brand new episode over on Anime King of What If Naruto was given a second chance, and also What If Naruto was a god of wind. So stay tuned for that, and I do hope that you guys enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. And yeah, so without further ado, with this we begin this new episode. Start the intro. So, the last spot we left off, Temari had a note. It was from him, as she was surprised. As she read it, as Naruto told her that Gaara is probably dead by now, as she clenched her fist, but he told her that he made a promise to not kill her brother, so she will have him back, as he told her to find Lady Chiyo in the sand and make her come along on the mission to rescue Gaara. As Temari was curious as she went to go and find Lady Chiyo, after saying his name, Lady Chiyo just agreed. As Temari was surprised, why so quickly? But Chiyo didn't want to elaborate on that. Meanwhile, at Konoha, as Sabeki was in the forest in the night, Hinata was there as Hinata was angry at Sabeki. It was her fault why Jin left. After, he changed her for the better and then he just left. As Hinata blamed Sabeki and told her that she cannot be strong enough to bring him back. She's too weak. As the both of them started the battle, Sabeki was holding back and was having an inner conflict with herself. Until Hinata really pissed her off, as Sabeki got furious and almost killed Hinata. If it wasn't for Jiraiya and Mito, as Jiraiya stayed behind and spoke to Hinata. The next morning, as the both of them were in Sabeki's room, as Jiraiya told Minato what he heard from Sabeki when she met the fox. Because Naruto has more of the fox chakra, but Naruto completely destroyed the fox subconsciousness that was inside of him. Whenever the Kurama inside of Sabeki got free, his consciousness will be completely wiped out and his chakra will simply merge with the one that was inside of Naruto. So, he was willing to make a deal with her to survive, as he would give her full access to his chakra, but she would have to learn to control her emotions, or she will lose herself. So she worked on that for the training trip with Jiraiya. The group then got the message from the hidden sand right when Minato was about to give Sabeki and Kakashi a mission, as Hinata came over and apologized, as she told Sabeki that she was sorry. As Sabeki told her to not worry about it, let's just get over it and just find him. So with that, they were given the mission to go and rescue the Kazekage. As they came towards the hidden sand where Kankuro was injured, as Sakura was able to save him. As they got the piece of cloth from Kankuro that he got from Teiwaya. So with that, they set off with their search as they came upon Teiwaya, as they fought her, but she was just a clone as they destroyed her, as the real body of the sand perpetrator that was being controlled by Sasori was there. As the group finally arrived at a large rock where they managed to get inside. As Yuji was furious as she saw him, remembering how he killed Hayate. She didn't wait for anyone to do anything as she blatantly attacked Naruto, but Naruto simply stepped past her. She then came to a stop as her chest erupted in a fountain of blood. Sabeki and Naruto then disappeared as they went out on a grassy field area, as the others stayed behind to deal with the rest of the Akatsuki members. As the both of them were talking, as Naruto told her he didn't have a grudge against Konoha, Hayate was just in his way, that is why he killed him. As Naruto figured out that she knew by now, yes, that the both of them are brother and sister. So yeah guys, it was basically that's where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So what do you say we begin this new episode? I meant about us being brother and sister, said Naruto. Ah, that said Sabeki. You knew, right? She asked. Sure, he said. And why didn't you stop it, she asked. And what could I say, Naruto said. Sorry, we can't do this because I'm kind of your brother. Besides, you're just too beautiful to resist. And consider other things I've done in my life. Sleeping with you isn't so horrible. I see, she said. Naruto raised an eyebrow, not the reaction I was expecting. Oh? You wanted me to throw a fit, Sabiki asked. Actually, no I didn't, he said. What are you up to, she asked. You know I can't tell you that, he said. Fine then. Why does Akatsuki want the Bijou, she asked. Doesn't matter, he said. What do you mean by that, she asked. Well, let's just say what they want to do with the Bijou. They won't be in any condition to do anything. 1 mile away. And what do you think he meant by that, said White Zetsu, as he resurfaced from the ground. Are you stupid, said Black Zetsu. It is obvious as day. He's going to betray us. The only thing I'm wondering about though. Wait, said White Zetsu. He knew that we're watching him. Why would he reveal his intentions? Yes, that, said Black Zetsu. I figure they know that we're watching him. So why would he just spoke of his plans out like that? He's up to something. Wait, did you hear that? Said White Zetsu. What? Black Zetsu asked. As both of them start to listen. Sounds like music. Black Zetsu eye widened. Genjutsu, he said. Good guess, shithead. Teiwaya, said White Zetsu. What is the meaning of this? Release us this instant. Teiwaya walked forward as she looked down. Release you? Now why would I do something like that, she said. Makes sense, said Black Zetsu. You joined together with Kizarage. No, wrong. You joined because of him. Obviously, Akatsuki never had your loyalty to begin with. And if he is really a traitor, then you're here to end me, said Black Zetsu. Hey, do you actually have 2 brains or something, Teiwaya asked. As a matter of fact, yes. And if you have forgotten, I am not alone, there are thousands of me. Teiwaya cut him off, but without you, they're all useless. Don't worry, we thought about that too. And even if Madara made them work with the Sharingan, we will take care of that too as well. Zetsu's eyes widened. Wait, how do you know about that, he asked. Goodbye, Zetsu, Teiwaya said, as she grabbed him by the throat and threw him up in the air and raised her hands. Back with Naruto. As Naruto saw the explosion a mile away. She did, Naruto said. So that's my cue to... As he narrowed his eyes to see the raging sword against his neck. I will not allow it, Jin. You are a criminal now, and as a shinobi of Konoha, I am placing you under arrest. So do you actually think you can do that? I know I can't, said Sabiki, and you know you can't escape from me, Naruto. As Naruto's smile fell. Naruto is dead, he said. I am Jin Kazuraki. As he spun in a quick motion and clashed blades with her. She grunted as she tried to push him back with both hands, as he was using one hand. Come on now, Naruto said that smirk. You've been training for this and here I am. All you have to do is defeat me, he said as he pushed her away. Hishogen. Kyoken. As 2 objects met in the air, nullifying each other. As Naruto's eyebrow rose. Picking up words from my book, he asked. Yes, I do, she said. She pulled a single, Hairushin Kunai. And more, she said. Reverse Hairushin technique, she said. Reverse, said Naruto, as he blocked her sword slash from behind. Indeed, now within Kunai's rage, I can travel anywhere, she said. I see. No, that's good and all, said Jin. But he vanished as he appeared right behind her. I don't really need him, he whispered in her ear. She teleported and appeared 5 feet away from him. Stop playing with me, Jin, she said. As Naruto threw back his head and started to laugh. And what do you want me to do, kill you, he asked. Take me seriously, she yelled, as she gripped the sword tightly. Well, if you say so. Tokai, Jin, he said. She jumped to the side and dodging a massive wave of ice. Such old trick won't work against me, Jin. Electric wind, said Sabiki as she brought her arms together. What? Naruto asked in confusion as he suddenly found himself inside of a small tornado. Take this, Sabiki said. Atomic energy. Discharge. Jin screamed in pain as he was electrocuted by hundreds of small lightnings coming from the wind. Not yet, Sabiki said. Cutting stream. Naruto gasped as he was thrown back with a massive burst of air. Had enough yet, Sabiki asked, trying to catch her breath. Those techniques were very taxing on the chakra. What do you think? A voice said from behind her. Sabiki's eyes went wide, only to find herself pinned to a tree. Genjutsu? Indeed, Naruto said, looking down. So you want to be taken seriously then? Very well, I'll give you what you want. Mangekyou Sharingan, he said. Sabiki's eyes widened in the world, turned red and black. Where are we? She said. Welcome, dear sister, to my Tsukiyomi world, he said, as he appeared out of thin air. In this world, I control everything, so I can actually make all kind of things happen. But for you, I have a perfect thing to show to you. Suddenly, the world around them shifted. For the next 24 hours, you will live the life of one Uzumaki Naruto. Demon Spawn, you took away my family. Die! Demon Spawn, you took away my family. No, Sabiki screamed as a blast blew Naruto away. As Naruto got back to his feet as he was grabbed by the throat. Sabiki, he said. Not exactly. As her voice sounded more demonic and dark. I thank you for creating this world, human. Out there, you might be stronger than me. But here, you don't have my powers here. I, on the other hand, do. Sabiki pulled back her fist and smashed it into Naruto's face. Well, say goodbye to your temporary advantage. Release, he said. But nothing happened. What the hell? As Sabiki started to chuckle. You won't be able to leave this world, Naruto. Not until your designated time ends. Oh shit, Naruto said. Now let me show you what happened when you screw with demons. Back in the real world, Naruto collapsed down to one knee as Sabiki blinked twice. What happened, she said. I used my power to weaken him, the fox said. Did you do it? Yes, but he was too strong. I used too much of my energy. You'll have to finish this fight without my help. Okay, she said, still have a few tricks up my sleeve. So how was it, having your own jutsu backfiring? So, little girl thinks that she can play with the big boys, said Naruto. If you think this is just a game for me, Jin, then you're terribly wrong. As she brought the sword of rage in front of herself, a huge energy erupted from Sabiki's body. And when Naruto looked at her again, the sword of rage was now glowing blue instead of yellow. Am I big enough now? My, said Naruto, that technique. I wonder where you got it. Jiraiya Sensei and I stumbled upon one of Orochimaru's abandoned hideouts. Fortunately, we were able to recover some information, just enough to recreate the device. Oh really? And I guess you know what it does, right? Yes, said Sabiki, it breaks the boundary between the Kyuubi and me. Fascinating, and I assume that you also know how it does that. As Sabiki's eyes widened as Naruto grinned. Yes, I thought so, Naruto says. He brought his sword in front of himself, in a vertical position. Allow me to show you then, he said. As he started to mutter the same words as Sabiki. Sabiki then gasped as she clutched her stomach. What is going on, she said. It happens when you're trying to stick your nose in what you don't understand. Code SOL. How, Sabiki said as she looked at her sword that was not glowing blue anymore. In fact, it was not glowing at all, the blade was deactivated. Well, I suppose I can tell you that, Naruto, as he got back to his feet, looking perfectly fine. I am the one who created that technique, Blaz Blue. But I saw... you saw Orochimaru's journal, said Jin. Foolish girl, and how would he know if it actually works? Only I could use it, and only I know exactly how it works. But, to use that against me, I guess I wasn't harsh enough 3 years ago at the valley, to you. I told you, girl, not to stand in my way, he said as he unsheathed his blade. Sabiki's eyes went wide. I told you not to stand in my way. Sabiki remembered what he said and stabbed her in her stomach 3 years ago. As she started to shake, paralyzed with fear. Am I going to? Fubuki, said Naruto. Clash! Naruto's strike was blocked by a black smoke. When the smoke cleared, he saw what blocked his strike as he jumped away. You could have said that he would summon one of these disgusting creatures. You know I wouldn't have attacked Jiren, said Naruto. Strange, hearing the word disgusting from a snake summoner. Jiraiya says he landed behind Jin, along with Kakashi and Hinata. At least I'm not like you morons, Naruto said. Orochimaru always does his coming out of mouth trick. I bet you have something like that as well. As Jiraiya's eyebrows furrowed. I knew you do, he said. Are you okay, Sabiki? Asked Kakashi in concern. Yeah, I guess, she said. So if you're here, then I guess those two clones back there got what they deserve. As Naruto turned his back towards them. Quite careless of you to turn your back to your opponent, said Sabiki. Not careless, I'm just giving you a free shot. Will you strike at my back? Sabiki gritted her teeth as she teleported her teammates a flash of red. I know you wouldn't. I guess you really are unfit for shinobi life. But I still didn't receive an answer to my question. No, I take it back, I'm only interested in the blonde one. What happened to him? Worried about your friend? Asked Jiraiya. Nah, I just hope that he's dead. What? Why? Said Kakashi. He was just so loud, and besides, this debate about art always creeped me the hell out. Wait, why are you not interested in the other one? Said Sabiki. Oh, that's because he will die anyway. Meanwhile, with Sakura, Chiyo, and Sasori. How stupid, wasting his serum on that girl, Sasori said in disapproval. No, there is no way that you will survive. Lady Chiyo panted as she looked down at Sakura's unconscious body. Stupid? I don't think so. After all, I knew I was going to die even before I went on this mission. Sasori's eyes widened. Then why did you slash? Sasori looked down to see a sword sticking out of his sealing heart. As he slowly turned his head, Teiwaya, I should have known. Exactly, she said. You should have. Then again, it's how good I am that you didn't. As she withdrew her blade, I know you're acting on his behalf. There is no way Akatsuki will let that slide, said Sasori. Oh, they wouldn't. But that is if they learn about it, said Teiwaya. Huh, no way around that, said Sasori. He was about to die. Zetsu is already taken care of, said Teiwaya. Thanks to you, I may add. You and your exploding friend was a really good distraction. And I so wanted to make a puppet out of him. A shame, said Sasori, as he collapsed dead. Well, well, said Teiwaya, looking around the puppet graveyard. I guess Jin was right. He is one big piece of trash after all. You're Teiwaya, right? Said Shio. Bingo, and Jin sent his regards by the way. And since our part of the deal is done, as she glanced at Sasori's broken body, we expect you to do the same. Don't worry, girl. I've stayed in this world way past my time. Good. As Teiwaya turned to leave, but Leichi would stop her. Wait. Just tell me, what is he planning? As Teiwaya laughed hard at that. How the hell should I know, she said, as she then disappeared in a burst of flames. Poor girl, said Shio. No matter, as she placed her hand on Sakura's forehead. Time to wake up, Sakura, she said. Back with Naruto. So you're killing off your allies now, Sabiki said, glaring at Jin. What? I'm a rattlesnake, he said. That's your excuse for everything, she shouted. Of course, because it works all the time. Jin-kun, said Hinata suddenly, interrupting. Hokage-sama sincerely wished for your return. He promised to give you a fair trial. If you would turn willingly, she said. Oh, hello, Hinata. Actually, I forgot you were there. Looks like you improved your speech. Well done. Indeed, said Hinata. I did just what you told me. Oh, really? Did you actually tell Hokage to go screw himself like I asked? No, I didn't, she said. I guess improvement can only go so far, he said. I guess I should inform you. I belong to Anvu now, she said. Anvu, you say? You mean second in command to the woman I just killed? Hinata's eyes widened, but how did you... It's top secret enough, said Sabeki. He's a rattlesnake, she said. Finally, Naruto said. At least someone remember goddamn time. Hinata, do you remember our promise, Sabeki asked. Of course, said Hinata. Alright then, let's kick his ass and get done with it. As Hinata went into her fighting stance, Sabeki pulled out 4 kunais. Fuin Jutsu, Dimension, Disruption. As Naruto looked around, was that supposed to do anything, he asked. Be careful everyone, said Sabeki. I have just taken everyone ability away to use instant. Transportation, she said. That means you won't even able to use substitution right now. Kakashi's eyes wide. Why did you do that, he said. You just left us as a huge disadvantage. No, she did the right thing, Jiraiya said. Without that, the fight would have ended without even started. Nicely done, Naruto said, clapping. But guess what? You can't take away my speed. With that, he shot forward straight towards Kakashi and brought his katana down. As Kakashi ducked under it, his Sharingan already been opened a long time ago. As he threw a pair of kunais towards Jin's head. Naive, said Naruto as he tilted his head to the side, evading both of the knives. Disperse, Jiraiya said, attacking from all sides. Ultimate Rasengan, Sabeki says. He rushed at her brother from the left. Whoa, that's a big one, Naruto said as he jumped backwards. Hakusho Kaiden! Hinata was right behind him as she blasted him away. As Naruto landed right on top of a tree. Damn it, he said. That was painful. As both Jiraiya and Kakashi went through handstand and fired off 2 massive fireball towards him. To hell with defense, Naruto says. He rushed straight towards Jiraiya. As Naruto waved his blade as a huge spear of ice tear through Jiraiya fire and continued on towards him. Hurry, Jaizo, said Jiraiya as his hair wrapped around his entire body, blocking the ice. But block that, you piece of shit, said Jin, as a huge arrow of ice was coming towards Jiraiya. Jiraiya stood his ground, believed that his hair could protect him once again, but Sabeki knew that couldn't happen. As Sabeki crushed his ice arrow with red energy. I guess you are skilled enough to play with the big boys now, said Naruto. Tell me that when I beat you, she said. She went through hand sign. As several wind blades appeared on Naruto. Attack, she shouted. Naruto waved his hand. Barrier break, he said, as he created a massive shockwave in all areas, completely obliterating Sabeki wind blades. That was not meant to hit you, she said, a smirk. What the? As Naruto turned around just in time to Hinata, as she delivered the first strike, she started hitting him all over his body with her super combo. As she smashed both of her hands right into his chest, that sent him sailing away as he crashed into the ground. That won't hold him, Jiraiya said. Earth release, Yominuma, as Naruto started to drown into Jiraiya's swamp. Sabiki, this is our only chance, Jiraiya said. Use that jutsu. But I can't use it on him, she said. Believe me, Jiraiya shouted, it won't be enough to kill him. But if we don't finish this now, he'll bring out the big guns and we're done for. Sabiki frowned. I'm sorry, Jin, she said. As she raised her hand in the air. Kyuubi, I'll need your power for that jutsu. Very well, but I won't be able to protect you afterwards, you know that. I do, but I really have no choice. Alright, as you wish, girl. Immediately, two red hands shot out of Sabiki's back and moved her on her own as they start to create something. Meanwhile, do you have any idea how much his boots cost, Naruto said as he was currently in the swamp. He then looked up. What the hell is that? Please, forgive me, Jin. Wind style. Rasen Shuriken, she said. Kakashi's eyes widened. She actually did that. She surpassed Sensei. As Sabiki threw her technique straight towards Naruto. Very well then, said Naruto. As he raised his hand, the technique simply smashed right into it. But, what the hell? Said Jiraiya. As he absorbed the technique. I'm done playing with you people, he said as he slowly opened his eyes. Universal pull. As he jumped up and smashed his foot in Hinata's face, sending her sailing through several trees. Jiraiya couldn't believe what he was seeing. The Rinnegan, he said. Kakashi, we must... Lightning blade, Kakashi already charged up his technique. No, wait, Jiraiya shouted. Naruto grabbed Kakashi's hand and simply absorbed the jutsu like it was nothing. I've had enough of you, Naruto said. As he snapped Kakashi's arm, Kakashi cried out in pain. As he knocked Kakashi in the back of the head, knocking him out, and threw his body towards the side. Just a waste of time, he said, as he turned towards Jiraiya. Almighty push, he said, as he blew Jiraiya away as Jiraiya was sent sailing. Jiraiya Sensei, Sabiki shouted, but she was pinned to the throat once again. She gritted her teeth, staring back into her eyes. Not a bad jutsu, Jin said, his eyes returned back to normal. But you still have a long way to go. No matter what you do, I won't give up, she said. Naruto looked into her eyes and then released her with a sigh. Damn, you're stubborn. Of course, she said. It's still not too. Shut up, Naruto shouted, snapping at her. Why? Can't you understand? He asked. What are you talking about? She said. What can't I understand? I knew you wouldn't take the hint. I left, so you could move the hell on. I covered my traces enough so you couldn't follow. I even killed those two so you wouldn't come after me. Two? She said. Well, yeah, that guy at the gates and Fatso. You didn't kill Choji, he survived, she said. Well, I tried, he said. Doesn't matter. What matters is I joined the Akatsuki. So I could keep you safe. I uncovered my identity, placing a target on my back instead of yours. And you're running around throwing high-level jutsus around without knowing a single thing. Sabiki's eyes widened. You did it all for me, she said. Who else, he said. All my purposes were gone with Itachi. But why then? Why didn't you tell me? I didn't want you to seek me out, said Naruto. Sabiki's lips started to shake. Jin, nothing awaits me in the place I'm going. My story will not have a happy ending. But you won't share my fate. Wake up your team and go, he says. He started to walk away. When this is all over, you won't have to worry about me anymore. Wait, she screamed. Please, just wait. Don't leave me again, she said. I lived for 3 years waiting for this day. You can't leave me like that. At least tell me where to find you when it all be over. You won't be able to reach there, he said. She rushed forward as she hugged him from behind. No, I won't let you. You will make it, Naruto said. I know you will. I have faith in you. And with that he vanished in a flash of yellow. How? Said Sabiki, as she checked if her barrier was still in place. So how did he could have leave any time. Jin, she screamed out. Back with Naruto. As Naruto rubbed his ears. So, how about our friends, he asked. What do you think? Said Teiwaya. Dead? Exactly, she said. Great, what about your dear friend Deidara? He asked. I found his arm. So it's either he was completely destroyed or he ran away. Nah, his arm would be gone too if he was destroyed. He's still alive. No matter, I'll just let someone else take care of him. Maybe Orochimaru. Good idea. So how did he go with that bitch? Oh, you would like to know that, now would you? Said Naruto with a smirk. Yes, Teiwaya said. Well, exactly how I wanted, said Naruto. And details? Nah. Not telling, Naruto said. Asshole, said Teiwaya. So what should I do now? Oh yeah, you're to move on with Hinata and Kakazu. Meanwhile, I have other business to take care of. Teiwaya eyes narrow. Don't tell me it's her again. Oh come on, Naruto said. She just asked me for a favor. Oh yeah, I've seen her favors, Teiwaya said. Even blushing a little. I also experienced them once. Then you should know why I can't refuse, he said. Horny asshole, she said. Just be careful. You be careful, he said, and if things get out of hand, you always have that. Fine. I guess I'll see you in a couple of weeks, she said. Time skip. Hokage's office. So, the mission can be dubbed as a success, said Minato. Well, that depends on the point of view, said Jiraiya, as he was leaning up against a wall. As Minato took in a breath and release. Actually, your mission was scouting and recovering the Kazekage. You did everything. Only we lost Yujiro in the process, said Kakashi quietly. She died on a mission, we all take that risk, and she knew. No, that was my fault, said Kakashi. I can't see how this is any of your fault, Kakashi, said Minato. I knew that Yujiro desperately wished to destroy Jin. I knew that she would just rush in without thinking. He threw her off balance with just one phrase, and she lost control. I knew that it would end like that, yet I had faith in that she would stop, Kakashi, said Jiraiya. What Yujiro did was her mistake and no one else's. You went through war and know this, as well as we do. Yeah, Kakashi replied. Yes, Yujiro lost a tragedy to our village, said Minato. However, we must force ourselves to go forward. And to do that, we will need a new, Anbu commander. As he turned his head, Hinata Hyuga, you are second in command of Anbu forces. Do you believe you have what it takes to claim the position? For the first time in the last 3 years, she hesitated. She looked down. I do not. I'm sorry, Hokage-sama, she said. But I don't think I'm qualified enough to lead the entire Anbu forces. Minato smiled though. It is good that you know your limits, Hinata. I agree with you on this one. I don't think you're just ready yet. But something tells me in a few years the position would be yours. Yes, Hokage-sama, she said above. However, there's one thing. Jin. He already know that Yujiro was the commander, and that was second in charge. And this information is only given to clan heads and the heirs and higher ups. Is that so? Said Minato, his eyes narrowed. It is. We have a traitor in our ranks, Minato, said Jiraiya. I see. Don't worry yourself about it. This is a high rank treason. I will deal with it myself. I want to know another thing. What happened in your encounter with Kizuragi? It is as we fear. He became strong. Perhaps even beyond me and you. What skills did he add? What techniques did he use? How did your fight went, said Minato. We encountered 4 Akatsuki members in your hideout. Those 4 were Sasori of the Red Sand, Gaara of the Hidden Stone, and Teiwaya and Jin. But Jin then sent that girl Teiwaya away for some reason. You don't know? Asked Minato. No. We didn't see her after that, said Hinata. Strange. Anyway, continue, said Minato. And after that Yujiro attacked him. How did it happen? Asked Minato. I had my Byakugan activated the entire time, Hokage-sama, said Hinata. She used her best technique, the ultimate, Dance of the Crescent Moon. But a strange angel shield appeared on his hand as he blocked it. I didn't even blink, but the next moment he was behind her, with his sword in his hand. I never saw how he drew his sword or unsheathed it. I didn't even see him move, it was just there a second, and then behind her the next. I wouldn't even believe that it was possible, if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. A time-space manipulation, perhaps. I will look into it. Continue, he said. Sabeki then teleported Jin somewhere, as Sakura and Chiyo went up against Sasori. The rest of us went up against Deidara. We managed to tear one of his arms off. Knowing that he was surrounded and cornered, he started to eat his own clay and tried to blow himself up. So he had to get out of there. We couldn't find any trace of his chakra afterwards. So he either killed himself, or he used that explosion as a way out. My money is on the second option. Why? Said Minato. Well, the explosion would have been much bigger otherwise, said Jiraiya. If you say so. What happened next? We then might track Sabeki down. But what happened, said Minato. She was not moving. She was just standing there. And he was about to strike her down. But I stopped him, summoning one of my toads. Minato sighed. And then he said, then we all battled him until... Jiraiya then stopped. Until what, said Minato. Until he activated the Rinnegan. What? Rinnegan? I thought he had a Sharingan. Yes, however, I believe that his eyes were able to evolve somehow. I see, said Minato. And the tide was turned against us completely after that, and he took all of us out. When we came back to the scene, Sabeki was the only one left behind. So he didn't try to kill her or anyone else after that either, asked Minato. No, said Jiraiya. He let you go. Yes, that's obvious. Why? If he was going to kill Sabeki, why didn't he do it when she was all alone with him? Or why didn't he kidnap her if he's a part of the Akatsuki? Too many unanswered questions. There's something else, like Hinata. He told us that he was hoping that his allies, Gaara and Sasori, got killed in a fight with us. So he's also plotting against the Akatsuki. Damn it. What is he planning? Meanwhile, at Kiri, the Mizukage private chambers, Kiri, one of the 5 great nations, that was almost brought down to its knees when Gaara wanted all of the bloodline wielders to be killed. But that was until one man showed up, Jin Kizuraki. As he went against Gaara and slayed him in front of his own army, a huge underestimation went on. Gaara thought that he could defeat Jin because of his age, a mistake he realized in his last seconds. After his death, the war stopped immediately. The order was restored and reconstructions had begun. Therefore, Mei Terumi was appointed as a Mizukage. And where was Mei Terumi right now? She screamed as she collapsed down. "Hi, Jin-kun," she said. The both of them completely naked. 8 hours, Mei, said Naruto. 8 hours. And you're just saying hi now. What's next? You're gonna force me to marry you? Perhaps. Besides, she said, she reached down, making her to gasp. Who can make you feel better than I do, she asked. Would you refuse if I asked you that, she said. Being your plaything isn't enough. No, you want to turn me into your slave. Tempting, she said. She claimed his lips. Unfortunately, she said, I don't think you're the type to stay in one place for too long. So I guess I'll have to settle for a plaything. Yeah, a terrible tragedy, said Naruto. So you're gonna tell me what that big important thing is? Or do you want to keep this up for another day? Well, the second one. Mei, said Naruto. Alright, fine, she said. Besides, you've been missing for 2 months. What do you expect me to do while Mei, said Naruto. Alright, she said. As she laid her head on his chest. You have it easy, you know. Came in and slay Gaara. Dumped the job on me and I have to deal with all this crap. Every day. Do you have any idea? Mei, said Naruto. I'm getting to that, she said. We've been having some problems lately. Who? Me and you? No, Kiri, I mean, she said. Our missions got compromised, our trading partners got threatened. Even some of our people were killed. On several occasions. And, said Naruto raised the eyebrow. And after a long investigation, I was able to find the source of our problems. Apparently the culprit is the village of Hidden Star. Hidden what? Hidden Star, she said. There's a village like that, Naruto asked. What? Never heard of it, Mei asked. Actually, no. Well, our man infiltrated the village and they were planning a full-scale invasion. Take a guess who they're going to invade. Here, Naruto said. Are they out of their goddamn mind? Yes, that is exactly what I said. And I would actually like to see them try, she said. First, there are other things. Their leader, a guy named Ekahashi, is calling himself the Kage. And believe that some goddamn star will bring them victory. Now you know me. I could care less about a piece of rock. But calling himself a Kage. No, that's just an insult to all grade 5 countries, he said. And there's another thing, which is Naruto asked. He's going to attack here because he thinks that we're the weakest out of the 5. No, that is just a slap in my face. And you know damn well I can't just let that slide, she said. I wanted them to come here to our turf, but not anymore. I want that place to be gone from the face of the earth, she said. What's the big deal? You got more than enough resources to do just that, he said. No, Mei said. I want for them to face true fear. I want for them to taste the futility of their efforts. Only you alone can do that. Oh, come on, Naruto said. I gave you your own village, so you could do these things on your own, and your debt for Yukiniza will be repaid. The sword will be forever yours, she said. Are you sure, he asked. That blade was your heirloom, and I was going to give it back after. I know, she said, but I don't want it. I want you to stay here. Please, don't go on your plan. I will do anything, she said. No, Naruto said. I will do what you ask, but I cannot abandon my purpose. I have decided everything for myself and I learned the truth. And what about that girl, Sabeki, right? Are you going to use her as well? No, said Naruto. I made sure of it. It won't be necessary. Damn, you stubborn asshole, she said. Well, I'll at least see you again. Meanwhile, at Konoha, Sabeki's room. You're trying to ruin everything I've done so far. I did it all for you. She played Jin words over and over in her mind. Am I really just standing in his way? Stop pitying yourself, said Kayube. Is this the extent of your determination? Pathetic. Sabeki remained quiet. What? Not even going to respond? Are you that weak? You do not understand. All this time I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought that his way was wrong and you only ruin him. But I don't know anymore. Exactly. What he said. What do you mean? Asked Sabeki. What proof do you have that he was telling the truth except for his word? But Jane wouldn't. Her heart then skipped a beat. I'm a rattlesnake. She remembered. Recognize, haven't you? Said the Kayube. He didn't even need to fight you. He just confused you enough to get past you. She clenched her fist. No, he won't lie to me in such a way. And why wouldn't he, the Kyuubi asked. I don't know, damn it, she said. I just need some time alone to think. Suddenly, there was a knock on her door. Sabeki, are you there? Hinata, what could she want? Sabeki thought. As she went and opened the door. Yes? You are here. Good. Look, we need to talk. What happened back there is... No, it's okay, Sabeki interrupted. I'm okay with what happened. What? Are you saying that you're going to abandon your goal that easily, Hinata asked? No. This encounter with Jin was very emotional and I need some time for myself. Oh, alright then. Just do not forget our promise. I won't, said Sabeki. And the Hokage said that he's expecting you tomorrow morning in the office. Very well, I'll be there. And with that, Sabeki went back inside. The next morning, Namikaze Sabeki reporting for duty. Ah, hello my dear, said Minato. How are you feeling? Not too great. Father, I have a request. I'm sorry, but if that's about him I have to... No, it's not. I just need some time for myself, so I was going to ask you for a single solo mission. Something away from here, away from everything, she said. Well, I'm sure you're capable enough to handle an A-rank mission on your own. Why don't you pick yourself, he said, pointing towards the scrolls. As she went over, she started to go through them. I think this one will do, she said. Hoshigakure, said Minato. Isn't that a bit too far? No, it's alright, father. Mission details, she said. Well, the client is a former Jonin of Hoshigakure. The mission is to infiltrate the village and steal a star. You will meet your client at Tanzuka City. That is all. Alright, she said. I'll leave immediately. Wait, said Minato. You returned only yesterday. At least spend a day with your family. Your mother is worrying. With your excuse, Hokage-sama, she said. And with that she flashed away in a flash of red. Did I say something wrong? Minato thought. Meanwhile, with Naruto. Hello, Yoshi. A man jumped in surprise. As he turned, don't sneak upon me like that, Rattlesnake. He was a middle-aged man. My heart is already bad as it is. Yeah, sorry, Naruto said. Look, Yoshi. I need your advice as a professional blacksmith. Yeah, I'm all ears, said Yoshi. Say, do you think it's further possible to enhance one of the legendary swords? No, that's what I call a question, said Yoshi. Well, all legendary swords were created long before my time, so I don't know if I'll be able to give you a straight answer. Get to the point, said Naruto. Okay. All legendary swords were created with some kind of unmatched ability. Ultimate power over the element that it wields. Yes, the Raijin blade over lightning, Dukianisa over ice, and Samihata over water. Yeah, I know that. Exactly, but what you have to realize is second, infusion is impossible. Naruto tilted his head in confusion. Excuse me? Infusion of steel and element, don't be a moron, Rattlesnake. Yeah, sorry, there's just a lot on my mind. Continue, Naruto said. As I said, second, infusion is impossible because next, element would ruin all balance the weapon has and ruin the weapon itself. But I think there's a possibility for further enhancement. Yes, but not with another element. You will need a power source. It must have a huge raw chakra supply, and it must not possess any natural element. Quite frankly, I'm at a loss. I have no idea what could fit this description, said Yoshi. Oh, but I think I do, Naruto said. See you around, Yoshi. As he headed off. Meanwhile, at Tanzuka City. This place should be around here somewhere, said Sabeki. As she was walking through a highly populated area. Well, at least I know it's not a trap, she said. And why not, said the Kyuubi. Well, no one will want to leave so many witnesses, she said. True, but perhaps that is exactly what they want you to believe, so you let your guard down. You really need to change your attitude, Sabeki. Perhaps for you it seems so impossible to sacrifice so many innocent people to achieve your goal. But for someone like Orochimaru or even your beloved Jin, no, she interrupted. Jin is not like that. He killed people, yes. But he wouldn't kill an innocent person to get what he wants. I hope for both of our sakes that you're right. Suddenly. Strange, I thought they would send at least a squad. Sabeki turned and she saw a middle-aged woman with raven black hair. She was dressed in full shinobi gear and had a hidden star headband on. Are you Natsuai? I am, and you must be the Konoha shinobi I requested. Yes. Come with me then. I will explain your mission in details. Meanwhile, in Hoshigakure, I will get me ass for making me go all this way, said Naruto. As two Hoshigakure shinobi appeared. State your name and your business here. Ah, so that's the infamous Hidden Star Village. Such a sight, Naruto said. I never even Enough, one of the man shouted. I said state your name and your business here. The place is quite beautiful, I must say, Naruto said. Oh, you asked me my business. Well, What if I tell you my business is to destroy your entire village? What? Then I would say that you're completely insane. Slash. Exactly, Naruto said, wiping the blood off his blade. Ogawa, the other shinobi shouted, seeing his friend just got sliced into 2 pieces. I'm gonna kill you, he says. He pulled back his crossbow and fired it. Ouch, Naruto said as the arrow hit him right in the chest. He pulled it out. Huh? Who are you? Who am I? Said Naruto. Why, I'm your own personal godmother, and I came to make sure that all of you will live happily and peacefully in the next life that is. As he teleported behind the guy and stabbed the arrow right through his head. Meanwhile, at Tanzuka outskirts, to tell the truth, I'm surprised to see one person, not so I stated. I pay for our A-rank mission after all. We will most likely be fighting a shinobi. Do not worry, Sabeki said. Just explain me the details. I promise you will not be disappointed. Very well, as you probably know, our village has a star in its possession. And it is very proud of it, I might add. Yes, I heard about this, said Sabeki. But what you don't know is that training with that star is lethal. The star chakra infused with your own and increase the amount you can use. But doing that, it put a huge stress on the body, Sabeki finished. Yes. How did you know, the woman asked. I'm good when it comes to foreign chakras, said Sabeki. But I understand the danger of training. What do you want me to do? We are going to steal a star, not so I stated. And we are going to destroy it. Huh? Don't you think it's too radical? Aren't you from that village after all? I am, however I cannot allow the same tragedy to repeat itself. Tragedy? Said Sabeki. Not so I bit her lower lip. My husband and I, we both underwent the training of the star. We and many of our friends. But then, it started. Our friends started dying in horrible pain one after another, and the only thing we could do was watch. In the end, only 2 of us was remaining, so we decided it was enough. And you decided to steal a star, said Sabeki. Yes, the woman said, looking down. But we failed. We were called by the 3rd Hoshikage and his guards. But he was a good man and he understood our situation. And he said that he will forbid the train if we leave and never return. We agreed, leaving our little son behind. Sabeki tilted her head. Sabeki-san? Sabeki-san, you alright? Yes, Sabeki said. Please continue. Okay, said Natsuai. So we left and promised to never return. But several years later, the 3rd died under mysterious situations. And shortly after the 4th, Hoshikage was chosen, a man named Akahashi. This man is obsessed with the idea of superiority and dominance, and he restarted the star training. Why didn't you intervene, asked Sabeki? I gave my word, but 3 years later I decided that it was enough. It happened when the first kid died. His name was Mizura, and he had the same illness our friends had, all of them. So I broke my word and tried to steal the star once more. This time, however, things are different. I am the last person who underwent the training. So no Hoshigakure ninja was a match for me. I was almost there when... When what? Asked Sabeki. My son appeared in my way. I couldn't fight him, I just couldn't. I see, said Sabeki. In that case, I suggest that we infiltrate the village quietly and steal the star. And use my instant technique movement to escape. Afterwards, I will give you the star to do as you please. Sounds good? Yes. Let's hurry then. Time skip. Wait a second, Sabeki-san. Not so I stop. As we were nearing the village. See this canyon? Yes, what about it? That green mist down there is a deadly poison. We will have to bypass it from above. Well, I wasn't planning on going down there, Sabeki said. Wait, what's that? Isn't that the village over there? It is. Why? Well, it's just that I can see smoke rising from there. Not so her eyes widen. Oh no, Samaru, she said as she rushed off and jumped off the cliff. No, wait, Sabeki shouted. But not so I glide over to the other end of the canyon with some chakra wings behind her back. What the? What do you think, Ayubi, she said. I suggest you turn around and walk away. Right, wait, what? Forget about this mission and go home, the Ayubi said. There's nothing for you there. What are you talking about? I can't just leave. Fine, follow the foolish woman. I'm sure she will not like what she finds, and I'm sure you will not like it as well. What do you mean by that? Just go and see for yourself, said the Kyuubi. Sabeki threw one of her kunas and teleported in position over the canyon. As she then smelled it, a scent of burned flesh reached her nose. As she rushed forward. Oh my god, she said. She has never seen a slaughter like that. The streets were filled with corpses. Some were burning, but some of them were sliced to pieces. Blood was running on the ground like water. As she looked to see a woman and 2 small children, all of them were sliced to pieces. They didn't even care who they killed. As she wondered who did this? But she saw no enemy corpses. No matter how strong the enemy was, they could have at least taken down some of them. But she saw no enemy. Samaru! As Sabiki rushed forward towards the woman. As she witnessed a scene, there stood Natsuai in front of a body of her son. The man was dead, but Sabiki, eyes wide when she saw what killed the man. There was a big blade of ice right in his chest. Oh no, oh please no, not this, she said, anything but this. Mother. As Natsua's eyes went wide, Samaru? Oh, I'll get you some help, wait. No, it's too late, he said. But you came. You need to leave, he said immediately. The one who did this, the devil, with the red eyes. He went for the star. As the man's eyes rolled back as he collapsed dead. Samaru, no, she screamed out. You should take your son's body and leave, Natsuai-san. No. As she lay her son head down on the ground, I will find whoever did this, and I'll make him pay. Sabiki lowered her head. You knew. Yes. I sent some of my chakra from that canyon. You should leave. You can't defeat him on your own. Sabiki stood still for a couple of seconds, until she rushed after Natsuo. Damn stubborn woman, thought the Kyuubi. Meanwhile, in the star chamber, as Sabiki arrived to see Natsuo, body on the ground in her own blood. Huh. It seems that the both of us just can't stay apart, can we? Said a voice. As Sabiki clenched her fist and closed her eyes, Jin. Was this for my sake as well, she said. Naruto laughed. Leave it to you to ask something like that. Why then, she said, why did you kill so many innocent people? Innocent? They were anything but innocent. Do you know they were using their own children as material to build a stronger army? Stop it, Jin. I saw what you did. You didn't only kill the shinobis. You killed the civilians as well. What did they ever do to you? Nothing that I know of. But let me ask you, what did they do for you? Make you care about them so much? Nothing, but killing innocents is wrong. Wrong, you say. And what if it's your mission? What? She said in surprise. What are you... Yeah, it was a job, Naruto said. Nothing more, nothing less. Hoshigakure was about to strike Kiri. Kiri, on their part, hired me to wipe them out. Simple as that. If not me, Kiri would still kill everyone here. But then, he took a small round orb from his pocket. I wouldn't have gotten this. The star, I presume, she said. Ding ding ding, correct again. In fact, I should thank you because you proved me wrong last time when we met again. What are you talking about? Watch this, he said, as he dropped the star on the ground and stabbed it with his sword. What are you doing, Sabiki said, as there was a blast. The star blew up into small bits. Nice, said Naruto as he waved Yukinis around. As a purple trail was following its every move. You just... Yes, I drained the star energy into my sword. With this, I'll be able to achieve everything I ever wanted. No, you will not, she said, as she drew the sword of Raijin. Because I will stop you right here, she said. As Naruto simply sighed. Dear sister, he said. But guys, we end episode right here. If you want the next part, it's hard know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also stay tuned for the rest of the what tips coming your way. And I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. But for now, motivate. See you guys soon. Peace.